So here's another day of start, just one mangrove area. And this plastic is way beyond people's imagination for how bad it is. It's ridiculous. It's plastic, and there's no one living around here. This is coming from the ocean, from storm surges. The amount of plastic coming in from the sea and that goes from the land to the sea is enormous, and all it does is break down into smaller pieces that is harder to collect. This is a huge problem. This is a mangrove forest area, like I said, away from any population center, and it's loaded with trash. And there's so much garbage and plastic everywhere, in the sea, in the ocean, on the coast. So in this project, just one small piece of this addressing this massive problem, but it's going to be worthless if nobody's going to do anything, which is stop pretending it's not a huge problem. Stop pretending it could be addressed by volunteers or some kind of technology. There needs to be a serious effort to stop the use of non-biodegradable products, plastic materials, and employ people to do the cleanups, because there's no other way you're going to be able to get people, the labor force that's necessary. No serious problem can be addressed relying on volunteers, and there's no technology that's going to save people. It's got to be approached from many fronts. It's got to be the reduction of the use of non-recyclable plastics. It's got to be way better waste management, especially in the developing world, which is the source of most of this plastic. It's got to be the massive employment of people to clean up this huge mess. It's out of control. And this is just one small area in a mangrove. You can see all these wrappers, chips, candies, crackers, single use, shampoo, single use shampoos. It's just everywhere. This is way worse than people are envisioning. This plastic contamination is really destroying our environment. There's no way we're going to have a healthy future or a viable future that is mankind to keep polluting the environment like this. Here's a mangrove area loaded up. Plastic washed in from the coast, washed in from the sea, that is. But it's better to get it cleaned so it's out of the mangrove area and it doesn't return to the sea, because all that happens is plastic breaks down and goes into smaller pieces that are virtually impossible to collect. If the will is there, this should be a program employing thousands upon thousands of people to do this cleanup and changing the way there's waste management and the use of non-recyclable plastics materials. But this should be an enormous employment project, because there's no way you can clean all this. There's millions of people that are in severe poverty, that don't have jobs, and you've got the labor force, and you've got the problem. This is incredibly labor intensive. All you got to do is have a massive anti-poverty program where people are employed to do this. No serious problem can be addressed relying on volunteers and feel-good efforts. This doesn't need more ridiculous studies, more time-wasting surveys, more research. It's right here. Anybody, you don't have to have any kind of degree to recognize this is bad. I wish people would worry less about destroying each other and dominating with the religious and political ideas, and start caring more about this environment and have that be something that unifies people and puts them together in some kind of joint effort to clean up this trashed world. Because if this continues trashing this planet and with plastic and other garbage, especially plastic's enough, it's destroying everything. If this continues, it doesn't matter what somebody believes religious-wise or politically, it's going to be nothing left. This should be a pristine mangrove area.
Very dirty, sir.
It's very dirty, really bad. These are not volunteers.
Yeah.
These are people employed to do this. There's no way you're going to get people to come out day in and day out to clean up this mess if they're not employed.
Wala akong makita ang basura. Uy.
A lot of the plastic particles have gone into the ground. You have to move the leaves and everything, and then it's a huge amount of small particles.
Siguro isang damit lang dala-dala niyan. Tingnan mo yung damit niya. Oh.
This is going to be a whole day's labor just to try to clean up this one area, this one mess.
Hindi mabangat. Saka po mabangat yung damit niya. Ay, nangyayon. Wato mata na. Ay, na. Wala akong